So here we are. We have the final thumbnail. It's looking pretty eye-catching, pretty good, but what's left of it is to color grade it, and that's a really important part, trust me. And once we're done with that, I have a final touch to do to it, so stay tuned. What I want you to do right now is go actually click on our borders to our final piece right here, and click Control Alt Shift and E. You hold all of those and click E. Control Alt Shift and E, and that's how you group everything into a single layer right here. So we have everything grouped up, and what I want you to do right now is hold Control and Shift and click A. That's how you open up Camera Raw Filter, the thing that we use to fix our character, to color grade him. What I want you to do is go to the basics and see what's looking good, like maybe some blue, maybe some yellow. If nothing, that's okay. You don't have to add these options, which I'm not. Maybe some pink, maybe some green, whatever, up to you. I'm gonna add just a bit of purple and blue, nothing special, you know. And for exposure, what you can do is bring it down. I'm going to bring it up just by 0.10 and add a lot of contrast. As you can see, contrast actually makes the thumbnail pop out quite a bit, makes it look really good. So about, I think, 25 of contrast. And what I want to do is, let's see, do we increase or decrease the highlights? Maybe increase them just a bit, then drop the shadow to -14. Whites, we bring those up a bit too. The blacks, we bring them down. And as you can see, it's looking way better right away. What I want to do right now is add texture, add clarity, add the dehaze, and dehaze actually fixes it up a lot when it comes to the lights. So maybe add just a bit of vibrance and drop down to basics, go back to curves. We can increase the highlights and decrease the shadows, but just tiny bit. And when it comes to the midpoints, you don't have to always mess with them, but I like to maybe decrease them just a bit. And let's go to details, sharpen things up just by 7% because of the text. We already fixed our character. And what I want to do is go to the color mixer. Right here, what I want to do is increase some of the colors and decrease some of them. So maybe for the purple, for the background, I'm not gonna touch it. Let's see, the magenta, this is our text. Maybe increase it just a bit by 5%, and our aquas just by 10%, and they're looking really good. Luminance, it's brightening and debrightening the picture. I forgot to saturate a bit our character. He's looking really yellow, so drop down the orange a bit, go to luminance, see if we want to shadow up or brighten up, shadow down or brighten up our image, maybe more shadow, and drop the color mixer, split toning. We're not going to be messing with that because we don't need it, and everything else is just some minor fixes. That's it. Actually, this is our thumbnail. So if we click this on and off, we will see the before and after. So as you can see, this is the before and this is the after. Can you notice how better the thumbnail looks right now? It's looking insanely better. And this is something that I like about color grading, is that it makes your thumbnail pop way more than it used to be. And it's looking way more solid and eye-catching right now. So that's how you color grade a thumbnail, and with this, we're finished. The last thing that I want to do is, this is just a personal preference, you don't have to do this, but what I like to do is I add the thumbnail before this one, and take this right here and create this little thing right here, as you can see. So right here, and right now I turn this off, this layer, and right here add another layer, and you can right click, fill in with a color, but what's easier is just to take this, the brush tool, take the color and just paint over it, but with a normal brush, just like this. And as you can see, we have this border line right here, and I add the logo of the player that the video is about. So place it here, then I turn on the layer again and drop the oops, I'm picking the wrong one. Click on this one and drop the opacity, then select this and I increase the logo size to match to this one. I click space when I want to switch to the move tool, you know, space, and then I move. So this is the right size. Now we can delete our last thumbnail, go to the food one and drop a bit of shadow, but normal one, you know, but not this much, just a bit to separate it from this blue, you know, see? And for our layer that's underneath it, this thing right here, this Dorito, I'm gonna drop shadow just a bit to separate it from this and maybe increase the size on it. Distance is good, and voila, this is the thumbnail. This is the last step that we have for this thumbnail. This is how I create my gaming thumbnails. Instead of this character, it could have been some kind of a game character, you know, some player, maybe some Fortnite Valorant character or something like that. But this is how I create my gaming thumbnails. I hope you enjoyed this, and we're not done for now. As you can see, we're here, color grading a final shot. And right now, oh, I have to show you how to export. So later I'm going to be talking about how I made some other pieces that I'm going to show you and how to earn your first money. Those are some really important topics, so don't click away before you finish the whole course. Right now, once we have the whole thing finished, we have to go to File, Export, Quick Export as PNG, or if you want to export it as JPEG, you can do it right here. But just so you know, there's no difference when it comes to the thumbnails, because if you want to use something later on, you want to stretch it, use it in other Photoshop projects, you would export it as JPEG. But for thumbnails, there's not much of a, you know, difference. So I just go with quick export as PNG, find my destination. Let's go to this PC, go to courses, design right here, and save. And that's it. We literally exported our thumbnail. It's right here. And this is our thumbnail. So we're done for now. Thank you for having me here, and I'm out.